So if I was a brand new final expense insurance agent, I would ignore almost everything except for one little thing that I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to give you four things to absolutely steer clear of so that hopefully you can find success because 90% of agents industry wide just don't make it. They become casualties because maybe they didn't know this early on. So I'm going to dial this in for you. And I hope this is a blessing. First off, you've got to commit to this daily. All right. There's power in the doing. And you got to look at this business like planting seeds. You're Johnny flipping apple seed. All right. You want to find success? You got to prospect. You got to prospect. You got to prospect. You got to ignore all this noise in the industry about this and that. And there's a new widget and another widget. My friends, there's so much money to be had in this industry. But the money is found in the boring, boring monotony. You've got to be okay being boring because if not, you're going to blast yourself all over the place. You might as well have just stepped on something because your ears are going to ring and you're not going to be a rock star. You're not going to make it if you're focusing on, I got to sell Medicare and annuities and life insurance and final expense insurance and critical illness and hospital indemnity. And I'm going to sell all these widgets and make the wealth. That's not what you want to do at first, friends. You've got to ignore it. You've got to just silence the noise of what you're seeing and hearing because you got to realize that the algorithm is there to catch you. It's a barbed hook. It can be a blessing, but it's sometimes the biggest curse when you're a casualty of the industry because you're trying to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. So I've got to warn you, friends, the money is in the monotony, and most are tied up in the mess of the industry. We become a mess because we're everywhere. All right. It's like Christmas lights that get wrapped up and it's no good. Christmas is amazing, but if you can't get the string straight, well, in this industry, you've got to be straight line to one product, become a master of one so that you don't become a mess of none. And this is a casualty of the industry. I learned this early on in my career the hard way, and I want to make a way for you. So, number two is you've got to get into a place where more is not more. All right. More is only more if you're about one thing. And that's why you got to commit to this business daily. There's power in the doing. You're Johnny flipping Appleseed. Prospecting and prospecting and prospecting is so powerful. But yet we think there's an easier way. There's an easier mousetrap. I can use AI or a magic email, or I'm going to just, as a new guy, figure out the most amazing text to prospects. And they're just going to call me up and buy from me. Or maybe you're overthinking the sales process, thinking that you can shorten it and somehow sell more. More is not more, friends. You got to find a mentor who can be straight with you about what the business looks like, letting you know that failure is there. Let's step around it, we hope. All right. You've got to hustle like your career depends on it. And you've got to be about the main thing, and that's prospecting, committing to it daily, 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 planting seeds. You get 100 leads, not all of them are going to be sales. Sorry if anybody lied to you. 100 leads is not 100 sales. It's a lot of hunting. All right. You got to get out there. You got to put your hands in the dirt. You got to keep sowing and sowing and sowing. And what can happen is beautiful. All right. But you got to really be just planting seeds every day, committing to this, committing to this. It's the biggest blessing you've ever seen. But more of the wrong thing is the biggest mess you've ever seen. Don't overanalyze, overact. Action is the key. Whether you're a brand new agent or you're an insurance agent in a funk, find yourself with your hands dirty. All right. You don't find a gardener with clean hands if they got a beautiful garden. You got to really get your hands in that dirt and sow the seed. And you've got to commit to this daily, friends. I can't be more repetitive to you. Daily prospecting, daily prospecting. Commit to it or you'll become a casualty. Don't overanalyze. But the business is built on the pillar of prospecting. If you don't have anybody to bring value to, if you don't have anybody to solve problems for, you will fail in final expense telesales. You've got to be one that cannot procrastinate, not put off tomorrow what you committed to do today. Make yourself proud instead of putting yourself out of the industry by overanalyzing, thinking that a favorite CRM, a bot on your CRM, some AI voice is just going to make it so that you can sit back. My friends, don't sit back. Supercharge yourself forward to find find success. Six-figure income earners that make it in this industry, they're all about prospecting every single day. They do. There's power in the doing. And some people think that that's like do. No, no, no. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to be prospecting. I don't want the pain. I'm going to sit back and overanalyze it. There's got to be a simpler way, an easier way, a quick fix, right? My friends, you got to sweat a little bit in this industry to find success. And most don't make it. You've got to just major in what the minors are. All right. Sometimes it's like, what do you mean major in what the minors are? You've got to major in the work. That's the niche. All right. You've got to major in the training. That's what the minority of people don't do. You've got to major in that little minor zone. All right. You got to go into a place where you're gonna be a monotonous, boring agent. It's like, I'm just gonna sell one product and I'm gonna get so good. I might as well be Tiger Woods. All right. You got to hit the ball and hit the ball and hit the ball and hit the ball. And then you know what? You'll find you may hit the ball out of the park. You may make it when everybody else was a naysayer. You're like, I'm gonna be that next rock star. But the last tip I want to share with you is repetition. Repetition is actually magical in the final expense space. Repetition is magical in annuity sales and life insurance sales. You're going to get really good at what you practice daily. And I mean daily. You got to make this a habit if you want to have success. Winning is a habit, so is losing. You got to get into a place that this business is so repetitive for you that it is what you do. Plant the seeds. My friends, commit to prospecting daily. Watch what happens. Commit to the business every day. Show up for yourself. Show up yourself in the day before. Show up and show your sales stats where you just become higher and higher and hungrier, and you watch what happens. Big targets, man, they may just equate to big take-home pay, but there's no guarantee in this business. It's a performance-based business. And if you're not prospecting, you're going to the poorhouse. So don't get into a place where you get caught up in the noise of the industry. I want you to understand this early on. And if you need any free resources, I'll put some videos up above that may bless you. But we do recruit amazing agents like yourself, as well as agencies to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, annuities, and final expense face to face, as well as in the telespace. So free resources for you at jasonfinalexpense.com. No matter what work family you align with, thanks for subscribing. Hope you like this video. Have a powerful day, my friends. Enjoy these videos up above. And remember, you've got what it takes. We'll see you soon.